POV. Nobody believes you. Not your neighbors. Not the people in town. Not the strangers walking past your home. For years, they've laughed at you, mocked you, called you crazy. And honestly, if you were standing in their shoes, you might think the same thing. Because God has just told you something impossible. A flood is coming. A flood that will cover the earth. And somehow, you're supposed to build a giant ark before it arrives. The problem is, there isn't a single dark cloud in the sky. No storm. No sign of danger. Life seems completely normal. Children are playing. Merchants are selling goods. Families are planning for the future. Everyone is living as though tomorrow is guaranteed. Except you. Because you've heard something they haven't. God's warning. One day, God speaks to you. The world has become filled with violence. People have turned away from Him, and judgment is coming. But God gives you a mission. Build an ark, a massive ark, large enough to carry your family and countless animals. Imagine hearing that for the first time. No blueprint from another builder. No examples to copy. Just faith and a command. So you begin. Day after day, month after month, year after year, you keep building, cutting wood, carrying materials, following instructions. The ark grows larger, and so do the crowds. People gather just to stare. Some laugh, some point, some shake their heads. You can almost hear them. What's he doing? Has he lost his mind? Why would anyone build something this big? The jokes never stop. Years pass, then more years. Imagine spending decades obeying God without seeing the result. No flood, no proof, no sign that anything is changing. Just the same task, the same ridicule, the same faith. Many people can trust God for a day. Some can trust Him for a month. But decade after decade, that's a different challenge entirely. Eventually, the ark is finished. A structure unlike anything the world has ever seen. And then something strange begins to happen. Animals arrive. Not a few, hundreds, then thousands. Pairs of creatures from every direction. Walking, flying, crawling. Coming exactly where God said they would. For the first time, people begin to notice. Something feels different. Something feels wrong. Then God gives the command. Enter the ark. You, your wife, your sons, their wives. One final step of faith. As you walk up the ramp, you look back. The same world you've always known. The same people who've laughed at you. The same streets. The same fields. The same homes. You don't know when you'll see any of it again. Then the door closes, and God Himself seals it shut. At first, nothing happens. A few moments pass, then a few hours, then rain. Imagine hearing those first drops strike the ark. The sound grows louder and louder and louder. The sky opens. Water pours down. The ground breaks apart. Floodwaters rise. What God promised is finally happening. Inside the ark, fear and faith collide. Outside, chaos spreads. The world that once seemed permanent begins to disappear beneath the water. Fields vanish. Roads vanish. Cities vanish. Everything people trusted in is swept away. Everything except the place God provided. The ark. Days pass, then weeks, then months. Every direction you look. Water, nothing but water. No landmarks, no roads, no destination in sight. Just trust. Trust that God knows where He's taking you. Trust that He hasn't forgotten you. Trust that this story isn't over. Finally, one day, the ark comes to rest. The waters begin to recede. A new world slowly emerges. And for the first time in months, you step onto dry ground. The flood is over. The waiting is over. The journey is over. But God's promise remains. A rainbow appears in the sky, a sign of his covenant, a reminder that he keeps his word. Noah's story isn't really about a boat. It's about faith. It's about trusting God when nobody else does. It's about obeying even when you don't understand, even when people laugh, even when nothing seems to be happening. Hebrews 11:7 says, "By faith Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household." Noah didn't wait until he saw the flood. He obeyed before he saw the evidence. So here's the question. Would you keep trusting God if nobody around you believed you? If you enjoyed this Bible POV story, subscribe for more journeys through Scripture and prepare for your next assignment, recruit.